Alright, so hello everyone and welcome to Electronic Technocrat, your own techie guy. So today's video will be based on understanding the term artificial intelligence. So today we will try to talk and cover the topics like how do we define AI, what are the applications of AI, what are the fields related to AI, and also the taxonomy of AI. So without wasting any time, let's begin. But before that, show us the intro please. Alright, so welcome back. Our first question would be, how should we define AI? Now, as you have probably noticed, AI is currently a hot topic. Media coverage and public discussion about AI is almost impossible to avoid. However, you may also have noticed that AI means different things to different people. For some people, AI is about artificial life forms that can surpass human intelligence, and for some other people, almost any data processing technology can be called as AI. But before we move on, I will try to highlight three applications of AI that illustrate different aspects of AI. So, the very first application would be image and video processing. Face recognition is already a commodity used in many customer, business and government applications, such as organizing your photos according to people, automatic tagging on social media, and passport control. Similar techniques can be used to recognize other cars and obstacles around an autonomous car, or to estimate wildlife populations. AI can also be used to generate or alter visual content. Examples already in use today include style transfer, by which you can adapt your personal photos to look like they were painted by Vincent van Gogh, and computer-generated characters in motion pictures, such as the Avatar, the Lord of the Rings, the popular Pixar animations where the animated characters replicate gestures made by real human actors. Now there are some implications here. When such techniques advance and become more widely available, it will be easy to create natural-looking fake videos of events that are impossible to distinguish from real footage. This changes the notion that seeing is believing. Isn't that a true one? Yeah, that is. So, the next application would be the content recommendation. Well, a lot of information that we encounter in the course of a typical day is personalized. Examples include Facebook, then we have Twitter, then we have Instagram, and other social media content, online advertisements, music recommendations on Spotify, then we have movie recommendations on Netflix, HBO, and other streaming services. Many online publishers, such as newspapers and broadcasting companies' websites, as well as search engines such as Google, also personalize the content they offer. While the front page of the printed version of New York Times or the China Daily is same for all the readers, the front page of online version is different for each user. You might have noticed that, right? The algorithms that determine the content that you are based on AI. There are some implications here as well. While many companies don't want to reveal the details of their algorithms, being aware of basic principles helps you understand the potential implications. These involve so-called filter bubbles, echo chambers, troll factories, fake news, and new forms of propaganda. The next application is self-driving cars. This is my favorite one, personal favorite one, to be honest. Self-driving cars require a combination of AI techniques of many kinds. Search and planning to find most convenient route from the location A to B, computer vision to identify obstacles, and decision making under uncertainty to cope up with the complex and dynamic environments. Each of this must work with almost flawless precision in order to avoid accidents. The same technologies are also used in other autonomous systems such as delivery robots, flying drones, and autonomous ships. Now, an example of flying drone can be Amazon's drones. These drones are so much capable that these drones actually deliver the packages straight to the address and without any human touch. Wow, that's fantastic, Amazon. There are some implications here as well. Road safety should eventually improve as the reliability of the systems surpass human level. The efficiency of logistics chain when moving goods should improve. Humans move into a supervisory role, keeping an eye on what's going on while machines take care of the driving. Since the transportation is such a crucial element in our daily life, it is likely that there are also some implications that we haven't even thought about yet. Yeah, that's sure. So, what is and what isn't AI? It's not an easy question, so mind well, if you want to define what is AI, it's not an easy definition. Now let's start by reasoning one by one. The first reason would be no official agreed definition. That's absolutely true. Even AI researchers have no exact definition of AI. The field is rather being constantly redefined when some topics are classified as non-AI and new topics emerge. There's an old geeky joke about AI that it is defined as cool things that computers can do. Well, the irony is that under this definition, AI can never make any progress. As soon as we find a way to do something cool with a computer, it stops being an AI problem. However, there is an element of truth in this definition. 50 years back, for instance, automatic methods for search and planning were considered to belong to the domain of AI. Nowadays, such methods are taught to every computer science student. Similarly, certain methods for processing uncertain information are becoming so well understood that they are likely to be moved from AI to statistics or probability very soon. Well, this is the reason number one. There is no officially agreed definition. That's absolutely true. So now we will move to the reason number two, that is a legacy of science fiction. The confusion about the meaning of AI is made worse by the visions of AI present in various literary and cinematic works of science fiction. Science fiction, or so-called as sci-fi, stories often feature friendly humanoid servants that provide overly detailed factoids or witty dialogue, but can sometimes follow the steps of Pinocchio and start to wonder if they can become a human. Another class of humanoids beings in sci-fi espouse sinister motives and turn against their masters in the vein of old tales of Sorcerer's Apprentice, going back to Golem of Prague and beyond. Often the robothood of such creatures is only a thin veneer of a top of a very human-like agent, which is understandable as most fiction, even science fiction, needs to be relatable by human readers who would otherwise be alienated by intelligence that is too different and too strange. Most science fiction is thus best read as metaphor for the current human condition, and robots could be seen as stand-ins for repressed sections of society, or perhaps our search for the meaning of life. Reason number three, what seems easy is actually hard. Another source of difficulty in understanding AI is that it is hard to know which tasks are easy and which ones are hard. Look around and pick up an object in your hand. Then think about what you did. You used your eyes to scan your surroundings, figure out which are some suitable objects for picking up, choose one of them, and plan a trajectory for your hand to reach that one. Then move your hand by contracting various muscles in sequence and manage to squeeze the object with just the right amount of force to keep it between your fingers. It can be hard to appreciate how complicated all this is, but sometimes it becomes visible when something goes wrong. The object you pick is much heavier or lighter than you expected, or someone else opens a door just as you are reaching for the handle, and then you find yourself seriously out of balance. Usually this kind of tasks feel effortless, but that feeling belies millions of years of evolution and several years of childhood practice. While easy for you, grasping objects by a robot is extremely hard, and it is an area of active study. The recent examples include Google's robotic grasping project and a cauliflower picking robot. Wow, that's interesting. Now we will move on to the related fields to AI. Well, in addition to AI, there are several fields that are closely related that are good enough to know at least by name. These include machine learning, data science, and deep learning. Now let's see them one by one. Okay, as you can see on this slide, you can see there is machine learning, there is deep learning, there is data science, and there is robotics. Let's talk about them one by one in very brief manner. So the first one is machine learning, as you can see here. Machine learning can be said to be a subfield of AI, which itself is a subfield of computer science. Machine learning enables AI solutions that are adaptive. A concise definition can be given as follows. Machine learning systems that improve their performance in a given task with more and more experience or data is called as machine learning. The next term is deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning, which itself is a subfield of AI, which itself is a subfield of computer science. Wow, it's a fields game. We will meet deep learning in some of the different detailed manner in some other future videos. If you want, you can write in the comment sections that I want a video on deep learning, so don't worry about it. But for now, the depth of deep learning refers to the complexity of a mathematical model, and that the increased computing power of modern computers has allowed researchers to increase this complexity to reach levels that appear not only quantitatively but also qualitatively different than before. As you notice, science often involves a number of progressively more special subfields, subfields of subfields, and so on. This enables researchers to zoom into a particular topic so that it is possible to catch up with the ever-increasing amount of knowledge accrued over the years and produce new knowledge on the topic, or sometimes correct the earlier knowledge to be more accurate. The next term is data science. Data science is a recent umbrella term that includes machine learning and statistics, certain aspects of computer science including algorithms, data storage, and web application data. Data science is also a practical discipline that requires understanding of the domain in which it is applied in. For example, business or science, its purpose, basic assumptions and constraints. Data science solutions often involve at least a pinch of AI, but usually not as much as one would expect from the headlines. The next one is robotics. We all are familiar about robotics, right? Robotics means building and programming robots so that they can operate in complex, real-world scenarios. In a way, robotics is the ultimate challenge of AI, since it requires a combination of virtually all areas of AI. Now, for example, first one, computer vision and speech recognition for sensing the environment, absolutely. Second, natural language processing, information retrieval, and reasoning under uncertainty for processing instructions and predicting consequences of potential actions. Third, cognitive modeling and affective computing for interacting and working together with humans. Alright, I think you must have understood these fields that are related to AI. Now let's move on to the next slide. Taxonomy of AI. Wow. Now, as you can see, you have almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, all different colors. So the first circle, that is the A, marked as A, is some circle which is one field of AI, or we can say a field that is related to AI. So all the letters, as you can see, A, B, C, D, E, these all are the fields that are related to AI. So now it's quiz time. Now let's see if you can actually recognize what is A, what is B, what is C, what is D, and what is E. Alright, so I'll be giving you exactly 10 seconds to understand the circle diagram and also answer the questions, or we can say answer the following letters. Your time starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Time's up, time's up. Now let's talk about all these letters and what is the significant field related to those letters. Now, have you guessed about the A letter field? Exactly. The A1 is computer science, the core of all the terms, or we can say the core of all the fields. The B1 is artificial intelligence, that is a subfield of computer science, as explained earlier. C1 is machine learning again. So this small purple colored circle is machine learning, that is a subfield of AI. And the D1 is deep learning, that is D for deep learning. So D1 is deep learning, that is subfield of machine learning. So what is this E1? This is something different, right? Because these four circles are inscribed into each other, but this E1 is kind of outscribed. What is this D1? You guessed it absolutely correct. The E1 is data science. So, bravo, you solved the puzzle, and you also learned how do we define AI, what are some applications of AI, what are the fields related to AI, and what is and what isn't termed as AI. So, congratulations on learning this beautiful term that is AI. That's it for today. We will meet in the next video with a new concept. Till then, take care and keep watching Electronic Technocrat. But before going, just make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button, and also share with your friends so that your friends can get the benefit as well. So, we will meet in the next episode. Till then, bye bye and take care.